Hi, my name is Abbew, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are talking about my experience with plant-based foods. Now, a few years ago, I think it's 2019 or something, 2018, a program came out, The Game Changer, and at that time I was a bodybuilding prep coach, and I was prepping a lot of people. And I put a post up about these people watching that program and they wanted to become plant-based. Before we go any further, I only eat three plants: pistachio nuts, avocado, and olives. That's all I eat. I don't eat anything else because I personally don't believe that we are meant to eat as many plants as we eat. But that's we'll talk about that later. So people watch this program and then next minute I'm getting inundated um, messages from my clients saying, "Why don't I want to become plant based?" And I said, "Well, have you really thought about this?" I think most of them were like, it's one of those, those what happens in the media where something is hyped up. But listen to this, right? So when you talk about protein, when vegans or vegetarians come to me and they say, "I want to compete," right? So um, what's going to be your protein choices if you want to become plant based? What can you eat? Chickpeas, um, lentils, sorry, I'm like, dude, just shut the fuck up. You can. Those proteins are not complete. Don't have a complete amino acid profile. What I mean by that is this: for a protein to be complete, it has to have all the 9 essential amino acids. Now, when you got something like lentils, it's like getting protein out of bread. It's just pointless. But unfortunately, people believe it. If you want to be plant based, if you like vegans, I know a lot of vegans who are very clever. They've done their research. They know how to combine the ingredients to get a complete amino acid profile proteins because most plants store their energy as carbohydrates. Remember that all plants store their energy as carbohydrates. So there's no difference between a tree and let's say a potato. It's just carbohydrate. They're all glucose molecules put together differently. All plants are glucose molecules put together differently. Animals and human beings, we store energy as fat. But unfortunately, people want to become plant-based. That's fine. I don't believe in that. I think that if you want to be plant-based, you have to be very, very clever at combining the right foods to get the right amino acid profile um, and proteins. But unfortunately, right now we're in a world where people are just eating foods made in a lab. All the plant-based foods, blender, whatever, sausages, and what's it called, tofu and all that. It's all bollocks. It's all not. That's not. I don't call any of them foods. I know. I get approached a lot by people who ask me, "Can you do me a meal plan that includes with plant-based?" And I always say no. I get vegans that approach me like, "Can you write me a diet plan?" I'm like, "No, I can't do that." Why? Because I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Something has to make sense. I like my meat, and I believe that we are meant to eat meat. The way I see it, a cow will get up all day and eat grass all day. And we are smart. We realize that if we eat the cow, we are bypassing that plant eating process. And a cow's. Some people say, "Oh, yeah, but a cow's got a lot of muscle." A cow's digestive system is completely different from ours. We are meant to eat meat. Come on, I eat meat. I eat steak, a big juicy steak before bed every morning, and I get up in the morning. I feel the best I've ever felt. I'm 60 years old, and I feel like I did when I was in my 20s because as soon as I stopped bodybuilding, because bodybuilding is full, so many things you got to do, the drugs and the carbs that you got to eat. After bodybuilding, I believe that every bodybuilder has to heal, repair themselves afterwards, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I've done, and that includes cutting out lots of all this crappy. I used to eat porridge every single morning that went out. I used to eat white rice all that went out. I eat lots of avocados. I eat lots of red meat. I eat lots of eggs. I know if you come to my house, like in my house, I live with my wife and my daughter, and we go through 28 eggs every single day. I mean, you might think it's crazy, but I'm in my 60s and I feel better than I did when I was in my 20s. And I'm not going to give that up. I believe in animal protein because animal protein has a complete amino acid profile. Remember, an egg, when you eat an egg, about 48 to 49% of that egg can translate to tissue. When you eat fish and steak and all these animal proteins, it's about 30 to 32%. And something like, no, I think soy is about 17%. I mean, to me, and the amino acid profile is not complete. So you're wasting. I just think it's something that if you want to be healthy, I know people that who've come to me saying they're vegetarians. I'm like, if you're a vegetarian and you eat eggs, I understand that because you can work with eggs. At least you can be flexible. If you might have to eat eggs with every meal, and then for health reasons, you don't always need to eat the 6 meals a day that I used to eat, and I used to advise people to when I was a bodybuilding coach. Now most of my clients eat 1 or 2 meals, maximum 3, depending on what their needs are. For health reasons, I eat 3, sometimes 4 meals because I'm trying to maintain a certain muscle size. So yeah, I think when it comes to protein, you have to, if you're vegetarian, if you're vegan, if you want to be vegan, you have to be very, very clever at choosing and combining the right. But then, most of the protein sources for vegans and vegetarians are made in labs. I'm not eating any food that's made in lab. This is what my argument is this, right? Any product, let's say avocado, you don't know how they've grown it, you don't know what soil, you don't know what chemicals they've used, you know what pesticides, because it's all about money. It's all about making profit. Some of the eggs, I mean, the chickens are kept in coops. The whole chicken will go through a lifestyle without just moving, pump them with antibiotics, and they will stress out. So you don't know, you can't trust them with a single ingredient food. That's called a single ingredient food. If you can't trust them to make you a single ingredient food, how are you going to trust them to make you a multiple ingredient food when they can put whatever they want in, which is what they do? I tried plant-based for 2 weeks because one of my clients said, "Want to try it?" All I got was diarrhea. My gut didn't like it. Literally, I had the worst gastric problems, and I knew that if I'd continued more than 2 weeks, I'd probably just ended up with some kind of a gastric problem. No, I'm not doing that. And I know a lot of people say, "Well, I'm okay." I know people who are vegans and friends of mine, or clients of mine, and they go face spots and all that stuff. I know it's because of what they're eating, but they're not going to listen to me. And then they say, I've got diverticulitis, it's in my family, it's genetic. It's not genetic. What's genetic is eating shit. It's not, that's not food. You're eating stuff that has been put together in a lab. As far as I'm concerned, veganism and vegetarians, they can stay in that corner. I want to say this side, I like meat. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel because it helps the channel grow. You can also subscribe to my daily newsletter where I send lots of stories and information about fat loss. Leave a like, and if you want to talk about any topic, just leave a comment.